Sio Nagad Dakwadoa, Kara Cowan Watts. Hello, everyone. This is Kara Cowan Watts with Cherokee 411. We're here with our newest correspondent, Miss Brandi Ross. And we're excited to see you, Brandi. We want to hear your story. We know you already have one in the queue ready to go that's telling the at-large story of our Cherokee citizens. But before we get too far into introducing you to our Cherokee 411 audience, tell us about who you are as a Cherokee.
First off, just thank you so much, Kara. I am so happy to be here. I'll start by saying, Oceanagad, G Jalagi, Ani Dawado. Hello, everyone. I am a proud Cherokee citizen. My name translates to strawberry in our language. And I mentioned this to a group recently about just how special that name is to me because it was gifted to me by my grandmother. Her name is Ruth Ross, and she is such a powerful matriarch in our family. And I'm just honoring her the best I can by continuing our stories and speaking our language as much as I can. So, born and raised in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, now currently residing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, I'm very proud to be an at-large citizen sharing these really important stories to our fellow citizens and just champions and friends.
And we appreciate you taking on this because there's only so many places I can be and Deb Reed and everybody else. So we were excited when you wanted to help us expand our Cherokee 411 family and network of storytellers, right? And news important to us in 2025, 2026, the Cherokees. So if you don't mind, share with us what you do on a daily basis to pay your bills, because I know we're not paying your bills.
Absolutely happy to share that. It's been a very unique road to where I am today, but I currently work for an Alaskan Native corporation, and they are the Doi Unlimited. They have a phenomenal story, but what's really important and what I get to do in my role is I work for a tech company, and I know nothing in tech. I jokingly say that I am absolutely the personality hire, but my day to day looks like a lot of communication internally to discuss the importance of tribal nations and their operations and how it translates into the software that we are building for these nations and to what they need long term. So it's kind of a very unique position. The actual title is client service or client success manager. And I am very fortunate that I get to travel to these amazing tribal nations. I just got back from Oregon. I've been able to visit tribes in Florida. I've had conversations from coast to coast, essentially, with these really amazing operations that we get to be a part of. But that's the day in the life of Brandi Ross from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And I'm just really blessed for this opportunity, and I look forward to staying here for as long as they'll have me.
Well, and I have to laugh because I know you're very technical. And but you have, in these soft skills are really hard for a lot of people. I mean, this is coming from the engineer with the PhD because, I struggle sometimes. But we both love people. So you're perfect for this job. I mean, really. But you have a degree that's very technical from NSU. And that's really what's been the basis for your success, besides your awesome personality and love of people. So tell us about this degree because I think it's really underutilized, especially in this day and age in tech and the market for everyone. I think more small businesses in Oklahoma and the world would benefit from the degree you have. So just if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about that degree.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for pointing that out because it's kind of a full circle moment for me right now. Growing up, I thought I wanted to be in mass communications. When I was a little girl, wanted to be a news anchor. And in high school, I wrote for our newspaper. I did yearbook and anything that I could contribute to mass communications, getting geared up to my goal. But I learned that you don't necessarily make a lot of money in journalism and mass communications. So I was having kind of a meltdown in my mom's office, who she worked at Northeastern State University for over 25 years. So I grew up on this campus, and a professor who had watched me grow up basically saw me have this little meltdown about what I wanted to do. And he said, "Sis, I'm starting this new program called Logistics and Supply Chain Management." And, for a high school girl to hear that, I was like, I don't know what that is. I can't even spell that, but I had faith, and he said it was going to be a really great opportunity and program, and I committed. I never changed my major. I declared supply chain management at Northeastern State University and really ran with it. But I love that degree. It's afforded me the opportunity to travel the world. I know how to move the big, heavy things internationally. I understand exports, I understand imports. I was fortunate enough to activate a foreign trade zone for a tribe in Kansas. And I've done a lot of conversation and policy work for First Nation to First Nation trade, whether that be Australia, Canada, Mexico. But before we were ever, but we had borders, Indigenous peoples were the first traders. Like we knew how to move things for millennia before there were any rules or regulations. So to be able to share that to people in the industry and talk compliance about the commodities that Indigenous people want to move and export and import within our own nations was really important, and it was really fulfilling. And it just sharpened my skills, my people skills, and to sharing those stories and the importance of why we have policy and regulations to why we need to understand the broader pictures of what we're doing.
I love it because that's how my engineer brain works. It's a world of chaos. And if people understood process and valued process, it would just help lift everyone up. So I get excited when you start talking about all the things you do. Okay, so they're going to hear more from you because now you're going to be one of our correspondents and you're going to get to fulfill your need to communicate to the world, which I love this, Brandi. So, yeah, you're just to that childhood, high school, you're still going to get to do that
Oh, yes.
for our fellow Cherokees. So tell us about the stories. Like, how are you going to interact? How do you want stories to come to you? I know people could send to info@cherokee411.com by email stuff, get us our events. But I know you recently covered a story that they're going to see separately, but talk to us about what you're going to do on 411 so they know how to engage with you.
So I kind of want to tie this into my name, my Cherokee name, and the creation story of how the strawberry came about. It's a story about conflict resolution. It's a story about love. It's a story about coming together and sharing something so special. And I really hope that I can do that with so many of my life experiences. Whether we see eye to eye or not, I hope to be that strawberry, that thing that unites people who disagree or communities that even disagree. I hope that I can be that bridge, that something that solidifies us and continues our stories rather than just disagreeing and no communication. I want to have that opportunity to spark additional conversation and look forward to just, yeah, bridging communities and sharing stories.
So I love it because I grew up at large in Seminole, Oklahoma. It was far enough away to be too difficult to get back exactly, like being in Tahlequah when things happened, but it was close enough that I understood who my family was and my people. But we know, especially watching on Facebook sometimes and other social media, there's like a divide between our in jurisdiction and our at large. So I love it that we're going to be able to help connect using 411, that they still have stories to be heard and seen and told. that they are doing really great things with that are creative and cultural or professional, like going out and traveling the world and creating tech and building things. Um, and so I'm glad you signed up because there's so many at large and there's not enough time in the world for one or two people to tell those stories. So we need you, Brandi.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. So obviously some people may have known you from when you ran for office and can contact you that way, or they can find you on socials. But if they have an event or they want you to cover something, we'll divvy those things up, but they can send it to info@cherokee411.com through email, and we'll get that. Is there anything else that you want to share with our audience today as we introduce you to our Cherokee 411 peeps?
Absolutely. I just want to share that I love to travel. And so if there are ever any events that I can see and experience and learn from, I'm all about it. So there is there's really no boundary for me. I'm always happy to learn from our at-large citizens whenever possible. So yeah, if I can get enough time, I guess, is going to be the only hinder for me. I'm looking forward to traveling and shaking hands and learning as much as I can.
Well, and if they'll work with you or work with us and give us notice, if they just have a nice phone or camera video, I mean, we could probably capture because they're, I mean, like the Oklahoma City group when you went, there's some just incredible, fabulous things happening in our community.
No
So
doubt.
I know I'm looking forward to it because you covered something for me that I was heartbroken I couldn't make, and that's how this all started. So they're going to hear more from you. We're excited about it. We're going to put you up on the website. They'll see this video. They're going to see the video you recorded this last week. I don't know if you got Jay Hannah on video, but that's always a great person to listen to. And then we're
Absolutely.
we're going to hear more about your mom and sisters and everybody and your whole family along the way. So, well, I am very appreciative, Brandi Ross, that you're part of the Cherokee 411 family. And to our listeners out there, thank you again for being with us today. We look forward to hearing from one of our younger tribal citizens, Miss Brandi Ross. Let's encourage these folks because this is our next generation of leadership, whether it's ever elected or community wise. And I'm excited about our listeners who support this work. Wado.
Join the conversation. Discover stories and insights that matter to you. Subscribe to Cherokee 411 with Kara and stay connected with independent media, real, relevant, and unfiltered.